Hello and welcome to the third video that I'm filming today. Should I be even telling people this? But anyway, look, I changed my headband so it kind of looks a little bit different. Maybe, but I match my shirt and my headband. So yes, very excited about this part. I have no makeup on right now. I just filmed the last two videos without makeup on because the first one was my morning skincare routine, and then the second one was me pulverizing some blush to make a DIY color. And this is what happened in my mortar and pestle when I cracked a whole bunch of blush into here and made a powder. Because I hated this and I wanted glowy and everyday blush. And it's kind of weird because I have my everyday red lip. I love the Nars Orgasm blush, but I had all this other stuff that I kind of have and don't like, and I just wanted to find a way to use it. And I thought this was a good idea because I kind of did this for my contour, and that's working out really well. So I am now going to, wow, my hands are so like covered in shimmer. I am now going to get ready, makeup stuff. I'm just going to do a really simple classic, I would call this my classic signature look. I've got I'm on the hunt for a new primer, because the one I was using, the Touch of Sol one, finished. I cracked into the Laura Geller Champagne Speckled one, which was lovely and glowy, but wasn't pore blurring enough or pore filling enough. So I need to do that, and I'm trying a bunch of primers. And while I do that, I was thinking I might talk about some things, but I don't actually know if I am going to be coherent enough for that because, hello, this is me. And guess what? I forgot to wet my sponge. Oh, it's still a bit damp. I might be able to get away with it because I don't want to get up and, you know, go into the bathroom and leave you with like nothing behind me, because we all know that I'm terrible at editing things and, you know, putting things together. So yes, no. Do I want to, is there a way for me to do this without, I think I'm okay. I think I can get away with my still slightly damp sponge, but not completely wet sponge that I can use. And hopefully that will work. Okay, primer. I need to find a new primer because I'm out and I need a pore blurring primer. I have some samples. I've got an Inglot one. I've got a Dr. Brandt Pores No More one. I have a Laura Mercier blurring primer. These are like just little samples. I've got a Natasha Denona Energizing Hydrating Primer. Ooh, that's very glowy. Can you see? I think I'm gonna save that for another day. And what else do I have with samples? And I have this Olay Re-Energist Whipped one, which is sort of more skincare, but it's very blurring. So which one shall I use today? I think I'm going to use this, assuming there's any of that's turned into like a rock. I don't know if I can even like continue to use this. I'll try this Laura Mercier one, but to be honest, I'm not sure if that's such a good idea, because the reality is if I love this, I probably won't be able to afford it because it's Laura Mercier and it's ridiculously expensive. I've got all this stuff in front of me from the blush DIY thing. You know what? This is not a good idea. I'm just going to use this like on my own and just use it up and be done with it, rather than, you know, use it as part of, will I have a new primer that I use. So I think I am going to go with this Regenerist Olay one, which looks like that. And let's see. Okay, it looks blurring on my skin, and I'm looking down because this is my mirror. It looks blurring on my skin, but I don't know if it's pore filling. So it can be blurring without being pore filling, because what I have been experiencing, and the reason I need something that's blurring and pore filling, is because my pores are showing under my foundation, and I need to kind of foundation even more. Does that make sense? That sounded a bit silly coming out. Okay. It actually feels really nice. I should look up what it's supposed to do, but that felt really nice. My skin feels smooth, but my skin in general is pretty smooth anyway, you know, to begin with. And I've just got this little pot, but Olay is quite frequently 50% off at Priceline. So I can use this, and a jar this large will last me a while. And so I can use this up, because this is 10 grams, even though it's not full. I can use this up and then get another one, or wait to get another one when it's on sale. And then in the meantime, I can also use these. So, foundation. I am just going to use this, which is my L'Oreal Skin Tint, I think it's called, or Serum Tint, just because it's easy and I know how it looks. Actually, you don't know. No, I'm not going to do that. This is a good one to test with this. And I am just going to put a little bit here on my plate, because I don't want it to make a mess. And I'm just going to clean up the cap a little bit. I'm big on anti-mess, so I will clean the cap. I can't help myself. My mom's like that too. I think I got that from her, where, you know, like, I don't like mess, so I clean. Just gonna put that away, dot that on. This is supposed to be like a serum skin kit, and the coverage is actually quite good, and I quite like it. And I said, I've said this before, this is a mix of the darkest, not the darkest, the lightest and the second lightest shade, because I'm in between, and I'm always this color. I don't tan. And the reason I don't tan is because I don't like the sun. It's just as simple as that. I think it's an Asian thing. And when I do go out in the sun, I wear a lot of sunscreen. So how are we looking? Oh, it's looking good. My pores are not showing. I should keep talking so there are not long, awkward silences on the video. Way to go, Deanna. Okay. Let's see. how did this look? Yeah, okay, that looked good. That looked good. The coverage on this is not a full coverage foundation, and I'm not, to be honest, not really into full coverage foundations. I'm just got a little bit left there. I'm just gonna dot a bit there, dot a bit on my nose, and then I just put like a tiny little bit of concealer on my nose just to, yeah, look, wow, that worked. That worked. My pores are not showing. So yay for this, the Olay Regenerist Whip. That worked. And that worked really nicely. My pores are not showing, and I did not have to go back in, which is what I was finding with the Laura Geller Champagne Speckled primer that I was using, was I had to go in with, back in with extra foundation, and then I had to buff it in with like a little, you know, sort of dense little buffer brush. This is a Sigma brush, which is so old that everything's worn off. But you know this kind of brush that I'm talking about. Yes, to like cover up the pores. So I'm just gonna whack on some concealer, and then I will get on with the rest of the routine so that we can get to the DIY blush color. Not the DIY blush, the DIY blush color, which I'm actually very, very excited about. I'm just going to use it off here because there's like a lot at the bottom that I couldn't scrape out of the mortar and pestle, and I'll just use that, and that's going to get washed anyway. So that was just a little bit of concealer. Oh my gosh, that has worked so nicely. That has worked so nicely. I am so happy with that. Okay, so I need to just clean up my brows a little bit, because when I have a lot of foundation, well, skincare and then foundation and everything on top of my brows, when I go to put my brow product in, that all that other stuff underneath it gets very goopy. So I'm finding that cleaning that up helps. And I am going to just cover up that little bit of a extra eyebrow tail with my Urban Decay pencil concealer that they should not have discontinued. Dang it. So yeah, that's kind of that. I'm just gonna use what's as easy that I can reach, which is my, a bit messy. I'm seriously lacking in space in front of me right now because of the blush DIYing that I was doing. So everything's just kind of stacked on top of each other. So let's just call this, you know, me doing my classic signature look. The color of the blush that I landed with is actually a very sort of classic me color as well. Sort of a glowy, peachy kind of a color. Wow, I am pale. Believe it or not, this is me. Okay, eyebrows. I am just gonna trusty old Sea Beauty eyebrow pencil, which is never ending. I don't need to do much with my eyebrows because I refreshed the tint last night. And when I refresh the tint, it basically means not a lot of effort is required with the eyebrows. The one I'm working on now requires a bit more effort because there is like zero brow hair across the whole top of this. because we had to reshape the brows, and the older you get, the less brow hairs there are. It's just life. So do I even need brow gel thingy? I'll just throw some on. Just my usual. Again, another DIY. This was a dark brown mascara. I think it was Lash Paradise. I have a hard time finding actual brow products with the right color, so I DIY'd my own by mixing a bunch. And I was using mascara, but I didn't like the texture of the mascara after it kind of got, you know how mascara gets dry and clumpy towards the end? That was happening. So I didn't love that. So I mixed a bunch of it because it meant I got the color I wanted. I needed more hold, so I threw in some extra strong hair gel, because I've got really stubborn brows on the side that just wants to go straight down. But I do love the fact that when my brows are freshly tinted, it just doesn't need much work. And this is as good as it's gonna get. It was so funny. I watched a video the other day. Somebody was talking about like brow blindness and this blindness and that blindness. Every now and then I will ask hubby, do my brows look okay? Yeah. I think that looks okay. Am I being brow blind? I don't know. You tell me. I am looking very pale. We will fix that. In fact, we're gonna fix this so quickly that I'm just not even gonna bother with eyeshadow primer, and I am gonna go real easy on the eyeshadow and just throw on a little bit of bronzer. It's so funny. This is the Kind Collective number 5 Glorious Shimmer Bronzer, and it's from their Face line. It's teeny tiny. So if I use this, it's about the same size as a single eyeshadow. So if I were to use this as a, what do you call that? As a bronzer, which I don't use bronzer anyway. You guys know this. That would last like all of 3 days, because I contour. I don't bronze. I like being pale. It's the Asian in me, okay? I grew up and my entire life listening to my mom tell me, oh, your pale skin is so beautiful. You're my little porcelain doll. And hubby is the same. Hubby is like, oh, I love my little porcelain doll. You know, it's an Asian thing. So I'm very pale, and I like being pale, and all that positive reinforcement for 50 over years growing up being told I'm pale and it's beautiful. I'm all right. I'm here for it. And now I can't find my other, there we go, blending brush. And then it's just a little bit of this eyeshadow just to blend out the edges, because we don't do much with our eyes. And you know what? Today, since I'm not going anywhere and my eyes do look nice with some definition, I'm just gonna throw on some eyeliner. Because why not? Let's just go all out. I didn't wear any eyeliner yesterday. A lot of times, if I'm going out, or if I know I'm doing something, or if I know it's going to be a long day, I actually don't bother with eyeliner. And reason I don't bother with eyeliner is because I have very watery, smudgy eyes, which has gotten worse as I've gotten older, and it's hard to find eyeliner that stays put. I am using my Mecca Max Zoom Shadow Stick in black. Well, it's black. I don't know if it actually has like a name. And this is actually really good as an eyeliner. So I just, you know, I do this. And it's lasting me a long time because I have had this since October of 2022. I'm a little bit anal, pedantic, I put dates on everything. So I know I started using this in October of 2022, and it's still creamy. It still works. It doesn't budge, and it's good. So if you're ever wondering what I use for eyeliner, it's actually this eyeshadow stick. You see that difference in the definition? Like, not a lot, but it does look good. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but you know, if you've been watching my videos for any period of time, but I don't wear mascara. I have never worn mascara. I have tried wearing mascara, but my eyelashes are so short and so non-existent, I just end up stabbing myself in the eye, and so I don't bother. And I've never like felt like I've missed it or felt like I've needed it. And it was really funny because quite a few years ago, a girlfriend of mine decided to gift me a set of eyelashes because she noticed I don't have eyelashes, okay? And she decided to gift me a full set of eyelash extensions. You know, where you lie there and they stick individual lashes to your eyelashes? As a birthday gift, which was wonderful, very generous. Look, we all know how much these things cost, and they're not cheap, okay? And so she did that. I really appreciate it. It was very generous of her. So shout out to Christina. But while I was lying there and the technician was doing it, she kept saying, "Oh, your eyelashes are so short. Your eyelashes are so short. So words, Deanna. Your eyelashes are so short." And so she did them. She still did them. And you know, when I looked in the mirror, I could see eyelashes. But the problem was, because my eyelashes were so short, those fake eyelashes, those individual ones that extended, didn't really have much to grip on to stay stuck. And within 24 hours, they all fell out. And my poor friend, who was wonderful, and they looked nice for like the night, I'm just using whatever's left on here and just running it on my lower lashes a tiny little bit. It was gone. It was gone. And it was, so she spent like a couple $100 on me as a birthday gift to give me eyelash extensions that lasted 24 hours. And I really appreciate it. And I looked nice for 24 hours with eyelashes. And then they all fell out the next morning. Well, overnight. And there were no eyelashes. Oh, okay, there were a couple left, you know, at which point I just kind of yanked them out. But yeah, the eyelash extensions didn't work. And it's funny because I was watching a video the other day and somebody said, "Oh, you know, there's the no mascara trend or no eyelash trend. Oh, natural eyelash trend." I forget what it is. There are so many trends." And I was just like, oh, yay. So for the first time in 53 years, I'm on trend with no eyelashes. Go me. All right. The part where we've all been waiting for, look, I have no idea who's been waiting for this. I've been waiting for it, is blush. I'm just going to take, there's plenty. You know, I could probably end up using this for a few days before having to, like, this is the part of me where I don't like to waste. I hope it's glowy, because that's really what I was aiming for, was I wanted glow. And I wanted pigment. How is that? I usually take it up here. And don't worry, I know it's going to look crazy, but if you watch how I apply blush, you'll know that it'll all work out in the end. I'm not contouring. Okay, so I'm not going to end up looking very chiseled. Yes, I see glow. There. Now I dipped in here. okay. Like, I'm looking in that mirror. What do you think? Oh, I like that color. I do like this color. You know, I think I could be happy using this. I could definitely be happy using this. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So, now, as I always do, I am going to take my trusty Guerlain Meteorites, and we're just going to do a little bit of buffy, just to, you know, finish everything off. What I have noticed, and I've started being careful doing meteorites, is I do the center of my face where there's no color first. And I don't know if it comes across on screen, but this powder is very blurring, and my skin ends up in real life looking very blurred and very, very poreless and smooth and just amazing. This stuff, I mean, it's been around, the Guerlain Meteorites. I'm going to have to look it up and see when they were first invented and launched, but amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing stuff. Anyway, I was saying I've learned to actually do the center of my face first before I get to the cheeks and, you know, when I contour, the contour as well, because otherwise my brush picks up color. So if I do my cheeks first and then do the center of my face, everything becomes blushy. So this just blends and just the glow stays. So you see the glow stays, but it just then becomes one with my skin. And it's interesting because ever since I've started doing this, and you know, it's another one of those things where it's like, oh my God, it's taken me 53 years to learn this. You should never stop learning. You should always be a continuous learner, because the world keeps changing, things keep happening, new things keep being invented, and you know, keep learning, keep getting better. And so it's taken me 53 years to learn to blend out my blush so that it looks natural and it looks seamless. And I know my blush technique and the way I put my blush, the placement of my blush is not trendy. We've had this discussion before. I am not trendy, but I love the way it looks. And yeah, so, and then what I do is whatever's left here, I just dabby a little bit, because it does blend away, just to give me a little bit of color back. And that is it. This is a very signature look for me. Okay, if I'm going for fast, if I want to know what I'm like, if I don't have time, or even when I travel, peachy glowy blush, eyebrows, sort of mid-tone brown, neutral eyeliner with shimmer, without shimmer, and no eyeliner. If I'm out, if it's going to be a long day, or if I'm out for a short period of time, then yes, a little bit of eyeliner. And today I'm not going anywhere. I have to go and feed hubby after this. And he's been waiting very, very patiently. So therefore, no eyeliner. And we're just going to go everyday red. Because why not? We're just, I was going to say we're just boring like that. But how about we just go, this is the signature look, and we're just classic like that. I still haven't learned to talk and apply lipstick together at the same time, so it's just going to be quiet for a couple of seconds. Ta-da! Yes, this is it. This is me. This is everyday classic Deanna. And this is just kind of how I look almost all the time if I'm made up. I do contour and probably slightly bronze my forehead if I'm going to be on video for a meeting, because I've got lights coming down from the top and it just gives me really like giant shiny white forehead. So I do that. But other than that, this is how I end up looking. I love this. This will last me a really long time, and I will just always just keep using it. And I think, you know, I'm going to be honest here. Like, I have, because of my beauty therapy background and makeup background from years and years ago, I have a fair chunk of makeup. But if it all went away, and I should think about what that means, but if it all went away, I could be happy with this blush. I could be happy with, you know, these two lipsticks, a bronzer, which will double up as eyeshadow. You know, I could be pretty minimalist about my makeup, because most of my looks kind of end up looking like this. But I like makeup, and I like to play, and makeup is fun. So I don't think I will ever be a minimalist, but if I think about sort of classic products, signature products, holy grail products, I'm throwing terms at you that are you know, generally being used on the internet. I think I know what they are, and I could probably kind of put a bit of effort into sitting down and going, if everything was gone, if I could only live with this for the rest of my life and be happy with the look that I turn out, or the looks that I turn out, yeah, I think I could do that. Okay, I'm going to go. I will talk to you again another time. Thank you so much for hanging with me. It is, well, 32 minutes. Leave a, what's blush? I don't know. Leave something pink or peachy as an emoji in the comments if you have gotten this far and it was just me chatting, getting ready. And I will see you next time. Oh, and do all the YouTubey things, like, comment, subscribe, refer me to a friend, whatever. This is just me having fun, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Bye-bye.